Hey my Libras, welcome to your monthly zodiac sign reading for November. I think I said that wrong. If you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm Christine. I'm happy to have you here. And if you've been here before and you're returning, it's really good to see you again. I appreciate all of you. I don't say that enough. And it's not because I don't care, I don't mean it. There's so much information always circulating in my head and I'm like, okay, what am I saying? While I shuffle, I'm also a Libra, by the way, sun and rising. While I'm shuffling, just a quick reminder to always practice discernment, use your intuition, and take what resonates, leave the rest. Because I am reading for the collective Libra population. We are going to receive different messages for different folks. So, okie dokes, we are going to get started. Let's see what messages the universe has for my Libras, please, for November. What do they need to know? Okay, thank you. Warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? Quite a few signs are getting like, what lights you up? It's time to answer the call. Look at this. I'm actually listening to some binaural beats with Archangel Michael, and it's in Spanish and it has about spiritual warrior. So synchronistic. I get just a very strong presence here. Like some of you are definitely light workers, spiritual fighters. You've overcome a lot. There's been a lot of challenges. This is almost like Queen of Swords energy, and a sense of empowerment, of like taking everything that you've learned and you're like, I'm ready for battle. Not in the sense of Mars, of like fighting and aggressiveness and, you know, hot-temperedness, but of ready to put to use all of that knowledge, that wisdom, that experience, the woundings, everything you have overcome in your life to use. How can you help others now? How can you help people here in this incarnation, humanity? What are you here to do? You're being asked to dive deep into the depths of your soul and ask what lights you up. What are you being called to take in terms of the next step? What are you being drawn to? Have you answered your deepest calling? Again, more flowers in the back. I feel like some of you are being realigned. You're being prompted, especially with the eclipse energies. There's like a shifting, a change in direction, almost like a compass. Some of you may have thought you wanted to do one thing in your life or wanted to pursue something or have a certain vision for your life, whether that's certain people, relationships, family, social life, everything, right? Think of your whole life. And you may be realizing like, wait a minute, this doesn't really connect with me on a deep level, because we are in Scorpio season, right? In a few weeks, what day is day? November 8th. In a few weeks, we will be transitioning to Sagittarius season. But right now with the energies, it's really asking us to dive deep within our soul, within our heart, and ask us to reflect. What are my values? Because they're changing since we had the nodal points, the North Node in Taurus, the South Node in Scorpio. To really realign yourself. You guys are strong. I'm getting this energy. Strength, power, resiliency, truth. Let's see what else. What other messages? This is about listening to your internal guidance, your intuition. Some of you are feeling it. It's not up here logically thinking it or getting thoughts or having to like research it. You're feeling something that's different, something that may be coming in terms of your intuition, your clairs, your psychic abilities, where you're just feeling off or you're feeling on. In other words, when you do something, when you're around certain people, you are going to immediately know whether they are right for you. When I say that, let me explain. Say you are in a career or around people and you feel joyful, you feel good when you leave, your energy is high, you just feel like, wow, this is it. That's right for you, right? That's connected, you're in alignment there. But say you just feel like a niggling feeling like, yes, maybe I'm good at this. Yes, you know, maybe I'm interested in this and I'm helpful, but you just feel like a nagging feel, like something is off. That's the sensation to pay attention to, because that's going to help you reroute. It's almost like when you get off course on GPS, right? When you set up directions and it reroutes you, this is the same feeling. When you connect to yourself, you are going to start getting intuitive feelings. What else does the universe want my Libras to know, please, for November? Ooh. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have Uranus, revolution. Okay, we got Saturn. Discipline, structure, time, responsibility, tests, ambition, difficulty, restraint, grounding, practicality, self-control, tradition, realism, container, bones, maturity, gravity, scaffolding. We also have first house, physical body, outlook, self-image, life philosophy, consciousness, opinions, awakening, self-awareness, arrival, expression, gateway, entry point. Some of you may have your Saturn in the first house, and then we have Capricorn. Saturn rules Capricorn, so some of you may have your Saturn in Capricorn or a major placement in Capricorn in your chart. Serious, authoritative, ambitious, realistic, structured, traditional, wise, enduring, accomplished, badass, majestic, competent, prepared, down to earth, corporate, reserved, rigid, and disciplined. I get a lot of Saturnian energy with this. Very masculine energy. Libra is very masculine, but we are ruled by Venus, right? Which is a very feminine energy. So some of you may have strong placements in Capricorn. This is very much speaking to self. Some of you may be undergoing a complete transformation of self. And if I recall, in October, we had the first house was where Libras, where the transit was happening. So there's almost like, and at the bottom we had Uranus, revolution. So there's almost like an updating, a complete change to how you relate to yourself. And it could be your work, because Saturn rules over your work, career, right? 10th house energy. So I feel like there could be a shift in the role that you play in what you do, your mission, your purpose, your work here on earth. There's almost like a very disciplined nature about you. Queen of Swords energy, again, I keep getting that you're being asked to take a decisive action, make a choice here. Again, have you answered your deepest calling? This is a yes or no question. Some of you are reevaluating this in November and are getting signs, especially with the eclipse. Interestingly, for Libras, the eclipses are happening in the 2nd and 8th houses, but this speaks to career. Some of you may have your North Node in Capricorn, maybe your South Node. There's a change here, I feel, in your responsibilities, your work, what you're doing. What else do my Libras need to know, please, for November? Hold on, they fell at the bottom. We got embrace sensitivity at the bottom of the deck. Okay. I kid you not, look at this. Read the bottom. Have you answered your deepest calling? Look deeper. There is more beneath the surface. Remain cool and centered. Take time to look at the deep underlying currents and follow your intuition. You guys, there's change happening in your path, in your soul mission, I feel. Your purpose. And I feel like we have several different ones throughout our lifetime. So don't freak out if you're like, I don't know what my purpose is. I'm working on it. No, you're going to get like little smidges, little openings. Just think of little nuggets. I got chicken nuggets, but one nugget at a time. You're not getting 6-piece nuggets. You're getting one nugget at a time. It's like an unveiling. Because if you were to see everything, you probably would think, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. Or you're like, how the hell am I going to do that? So I feel like there's some type of shift that has happened internally. Perhaps your values have changed. Something that has happened and that has transformed who you are, especially with yourself and with what you want to do in the world and what you want, what you want to do, but and also how you want to be seen. Because 10th house energy with Capricorn and Saturn is also about your public image. But more importantly, all of this is not going to come from outside of you. You're going to get intuitive messages. This is about tapping within. You got it twice here. Look deeper. Have you answered your deepest calling? It's within your soul is like being sparked and coming back alive. And you're being asked to pay attention. That's why it's important to make sure you do balance that and get into your feminine energy so you can cultivate that receptivity, that flow state, creativity, and also take time to rest so that you can listen and hear those nudges, hear those intuitive callings. What else do my Libras need to know, please, for November? I feel like there are major shifts happening for every sign. I've done the earth signs. You are the last of the air signs I'm doing, and I'll be doing water and fire next. Everyone has had like a major shift. It's like turning on the light and realizing that you have like a brand new house kind of energy. What else do my Libras need to know, please, for November? Oh, we have 2 cards that turned over. Okay. We have passion and pleasure. Savor your life. I always get Leo energy, 5th house energy, and even Taurus. Pleasure, right? Especially physical senses. And then we have breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. So I feel like you will be getting a lot more clarity, I would say, in the coming days, weeks, and for some even in the coming months. I would say until the end of this year, especially when it comes to this deepest calling, like getting a complete picture, getting more details as you go. You're going to get inspirations. I feel like many of you are really connecting to your senses, to the emotional, sensitive side of yourself, but also to what it is that really lights you up in life. And that could mean a change in what you do, a change in how you see yourself. Also, it speaks to the physical body too. A change in who you are. It's almost like a complete spiritual glow up. I feel like some of you want more fun in your life. You want more play. It's like your inner child is coming alive and you want to be able to engage in that and do things in your life that it's not just about work, because these are very different energies. Saturn and Capricorn, and passion and pleasure, very different energy. Capricorn, Saturn is all about the work, being disciplined, being structured, right? There's limitations here. Sometimes you just got to do the work even if you don't like it. We got to pay the bills. We got to take care of, whomever we're taking care of, family, children, pets, whatever. But there's a need here to balance it. And I know Saturn, actually, because I'm a Libra, so I can speak to the astrological transits and aspects happening. Saturn was in the 5th house for Libras until very recently. And it stifled creativity, play. Many times we have felt like, oh, we have to keep working, we got to keep doing things. You may have found yourself just almost feeling and wondering, like, when are we going to actually do something fun? So again, there's a need for balancing here too with this. It's not always about working. Okay, let's take a look at the tarot and see what other messages the universe has for my Libras. What else does the universe want my Libras to know? Bottom of the deck, we got the Sun. Leo energy, complete bliss, happiness, vitality, growth, expansion. This is really tapping into your deepest calling, something that really lights you up. Okay, we got Page of Discs. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This is Earth. Dun, dun, dun. We got Taurus, excuse me, I said Taurus, Scorpio energy with the Tower. Got 7 of Cups, more water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. And Knight of Swords. Okay. Page of Disc is very much about a new beginning, a new manifestation, a change in your value system too, in your foundation. This is what this speaks of. We have definitely, I can speak to it because I'm a Libra too, but I'll just say Libras and everyone too collectively, but Libras have experienced a massive change in their value system, especially since with Taurus here, and this earth energy is ruled by Venus, and Venus is not just speaking to beauty and love, but also to money and stability, right? And this very much speaks to a transformation in what it is that we value when it comes to relationships, love, ourself, our connection to ourself, our work, our financial situation, our money, right? Our value and worth. Complete overhaul. The universe basically has said it's time. It's time. You need to balance your life and stop constantly doing and working. There's time for fun. Some of you are being redirected towards what it is that truly lights you up, because when you do something that truly lights you up, it's like you glow. Like this person is, you see the pink light around them? They're like glowing. And it's deep within you. It's a soul feeling. But I feel like there may be a bit of confusion, especially with the 7 of Cups. You're like, okay, I'm supposed to take action, but where? What direction? I'm not even sure at this point. Again, we got here, it's about following your intuition. I almost feel like this is a distant cousin of the Fool card. We'll just say with the Knight of Swords. Because this is about taking quick action, but it's almost like, okay, but towards what direction? Because I have all these things in my head or certain ideas and I'm not sure what. Take inspired action. When you feel something and you're like, you know what, I just feel strongly like I should go in this direction, or I should do this, or maybe go to the library and check out a book on real estate, or go here or go there. Follow those nudges. It's those intuitive nudges. That's your intuition speaking to you. Sometimes we have no idea why, but we feel so compelled to go somewhere. Like, say you don't need to do anything. You don't have to go to the grocery store, and all of a sudden you're like, you know what, I don't know why, but I feel like I need to go to the grocery store, I don't know, to get something. And you have everything, and you go there, and then you meet someone who crosses your path, gives you information, or things like that, or you see a flyer with something that interests you, and one thing leads to another. So I feel like, yes, things may seem confusing at times. Yes, this may seem contradictory about going towards that direction, but it's about sorting through that clutter and that confusion. It's about getting out of that headspace, right? Because we have the Cups and Sword energy. So it's very much about connecting to your heart space and to the emotional aspect of who we are, our body, not just staying in our head. That's where we're going to find the answer when we look deeper. There could also, I feel, with the 7 of Cups, be a sense of restlessness. You may have an urgency to move now too, for some of you, where you want to make choices, where you want to make changes, and you want to take action like yesterday. But be cognizant and be careful about that. Especially now, I'll just say with the eclipse energies we have hanging, let things unfold. Let things marinate. Take some time to really let things integrate and introspect and see what comes up in the coming days and weeks ahead. Don't be too rash with these decisions. Okay, we are going to take a look at what shadow aspects you need to be aware of and what to release, especially during Scorpio season, which is all about diving deep and coming face to face with our shadows. And most often we see that being triggered with others, with relationships. What do my Libras have to be aware of or release, please, for the month of November? Thank you. Queen of my world. 24. Wow, this is the only card I've seen that has a lot of color in it. And she has a spade Is it a spade or a trident of some sort? Interesting. You see here? And here too. I feel like this speaks to boundaries and control, but also some type of security. Queen of my world and warrior woman. This speaks to who you really are on the inside. I'm getting not allowing others to diminish you. It's almost like diminishing your light. Some of you may have turned off your light because, again, we have a huge focus on self here on the first house. I feel like there may be a disconnect between how other people see you and how you see yourself. I heard superficiality, but I feel like this is deeper, more about you nurturing yourself and realizing you are the prize and that you don't need external validation to recognize that. I set limits to my world. Inside, I am a queen, and outside is lost. There is a space out and a space in. There is my realm and what is mine, and there are other places. I will not care if my world is made of thorn and ice and if it's carved by my blood. My world is my world. I rule. I decide his borders, and I am law. I am princess. I am the blood in the veins of its heart. I am the warrior and the bride. Again, the warrior. We had warrior women with the other oracle. I am alone, and I am the first among many. Be fearful of my world because it's paved of my hopes and dreams, and you have no power there. I am greater than the stars and more beautiful than the moon. This is about recognizing your own beauty, contribution to the world, who you are. This is about recognizing your own power, who you truly are. These are the same energies in different forms. I get more like a Poseidon mixed with Aphrodite, Venus energy. Strong sense of self. I feel like there's a revolutionizing of who you are and who you want to be. And I just saw 2222 of who you are and who you want to be in this world and how you want to be seen. Again, there's a complete change here. We got breaking trail, and then we got the tower card. Many of you are really tapping deep and looking within and realizing the amazing person that you are and what you contribute to this world. There's a deep analysis here of your belief systems. What you believe, not only what you believe in, but what you want to emanate out into the world, what you want to contribute, what you're ready to share. Because again, like I said in the beginning, before we pulled this, you've got a shitload of wisdom to share. This is major boss energy here. What is it, badass? Yeah, just like Capricorn. This is like badass energy. Okay, let's pull some other oracles and see if there's anything else you'll need to know for November. Anything else for my Libras, please? Thank you. We pulled from these little oracle cards. We got boundaries. Didn't I say that? I forgot if I said that. Develop healthy boundaries to make sure you are emotionally and mentally stable. It's okay to say no. I know this is something Libras deal with. Aquarius got this as well. They got this one. So again, this is speaking to boundaries. And again, I got Queen of Sword energy in the beginning. This is very much about cutting out what no longer is part of you or who you are. Not just in terms of boundaries with yourself, but also with people around you, with energies around you. It's like cleaning up. I feel like many of you are in that energy where you have been cutting people, places, things, belief systems out. You're like done. We had the eclipse, and I feel to this point, it's like you're done with certain energies that have been, you know, the same, that have tried to put a fast one on you, or you know, deceptive energies, people that were one-sided, people that took advantage. I feel like you're done. Because look at these energies are boss energies. It's like, I'm not taking any more shit anymore. Strong focus on you and protecting who you are now. Total empowerment I'm sensing. What else do my Libras need to know, please? We've got 2 more cards and then we're done. Bottom of the deck, we got change. We got guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. I feel strongly this could come into play with boundaries. And you may be feeling guilty actually for putting yourself first, because I know Libras, right, rule the 7th house, and it's so easy. A shadow aspect of Libras is actually codependency and people pleasing, putting others first. Some of you may feel guilty taking on this Aries energy of putting yourself first, of taking care of you, of investing in you. But the universe is saying no. It's time now. You're being called to step it up. You've got a shitload of wisdom, experience, skills to share with others at this point in your journey, because you're being asked to dig deep here. And especially with this card, it's time you start listening to your intuition and following those little golden nuggets, because you're elevating to boss level. You can call it whatever, baddie, badass, boss, whatever you want. You're elevating big time. And I feel like the energy that I'm sensing in November is, it's like you're going to come out. You know where they have like cotillion dances or coming out, or you know, those types of events? It's almost kind of like that in a spiritual growth type of way, where you are just like, kind of like my lights in the back. You're like, I'm not afraid to be seen anymore. Me coming out, whether you actually go out and wear a dress and go to the market like this, or it doesn't matter, whatever gender or sex you are, it doesn't matter. It's like, I'm just gonna be me. I'm going in with this energy and I'm not gonna have guilt. I feel like you're being called to release any guilt, because I feel like you may have placed your own value, your own worth, and your identity with doing for others and losing yourself in others' needs, wants, perhaps validation, and also accommodating others but yourself. And that may have had you feeling a certain way, like, wow, you know, I can just be in my own unique form and it's okay. Yes, you're actually being called to do this, to step it up, because there's something larger and bigger than you realize that's calling for you, and to release this. Okay. We'll get a final message from the archangels. Okay. What final message or messages do the archangels have for my Libras, please? What do my Libras need to know? We got 2 cards. We got Archangel Rokiel. Enter higher planetary service. Be a blazing light. Did I not? I don't know if I said something similar, but you're about to be seen, I feel. That's why we have Saturn Capricorn. We're just missing the 10th house here. You're being pushed into a direction where you are going to be shining your light brightly. You are going to be seen. Again, it doesn't mean that you're going to be on a world tour, you're going to be on stage, especially if you don't want to. It just means like you are meant to shine. Don't dim yourself for others. I feel like with the energies around you, you're going to attract a lot of perhaps envy from others, insecurity, because people are like, wow, what the hell happened to her? Or him. I said her only because of the card, but again, these readings don't have any gender or sex assigned to them. But it's almost that feeling of like, who do they think they are? When in reality, it's reflecting that person's insecurity. Look at, you've got a lot of light here. Because look at these energies here. It takes a level of security and strength within yourself to finally have that attitude and the energy of like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm doing me. If people don't resonate or don't want to come along in my journey, that's it. They can leave. because they have like a, what is it? Like a staff, a trident of some sort, and a sword. And it's just like, they can be cut out. That's it. This is very much honoring who you are. Because you have, I feel like for a lot of Librans that I'm speaking to, you have, I feel you sense this too, a bigger purpose and a mission than you realize. A lot of beautiful light and energy that I'm feeling from you. Finally, we got Archangel Perlimiak. Let nature soothe you. Serve the nature kingdom. There's something about service here. You are made to be of service here. You are going to guide others, help others in some way, some capacity. This speaks to the heart chakra of healing. You're going to take your experience, your wisdom, to be of service to others. I feel like many of you are going to enter, those watching, spiritually related careers to assist others, perhaps because you are air signs. You are excellent communicators and you work really well with others, especially one-on-one. I feel like it could be like therapist, counselor, coach, mentor, advisor, something in that fashion where you communicate, you help, you advise. It could be also too showing your creative aspect. This is such an empowering read, my Libras. Comment down below if you got anything out of this, if this resonated. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. If you got any nuggets out of this, I would love it if you could support me and my channel. Like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe so that others can benefit and see this message as well. Otherwise, I'm wishing you a beautiful and empowered or empowering November, and I will see you soon. Take care.